lot like Dallas, Texas West as the Cowboys. This dude right here had swagoo on the face earlier. Now he's got Dak strolling across his face as the Cowboys get the victory. Dak Prescott kind enough to join us here on set. I told Shea Gilgeous-Alexander this at the finals. I thought they were chanting SVP, they were chanting MVP. They were chanting the same thing for you just a moment ago. You played at an incredibly high level, and I'm going to ask you about that in a moment. But first, the man on your shirt. The emotions of these last 2 weeks, your fiery speech to your guys about how the brotherhood was tested and how you responded. I wonder how best you could take all of what you all have processed in the last 11 days of change and manifested it into this game tonight. How do you describe that?
Yeah, I mean, we're a brotherhood. And as Marshawn, he lived by one love. And, that's what I just told the guys before the game. Like, let's play for one love. Let's play this one team, and it's an honor, it's a responsibility to carry the light when someone passes, but it's also an honor. And just let's go out there and control the things that we can and play like Marshawn did. And that was just with our effort, our intensity, flying to the ball. And I think in all three phases we did that. And it was such a complimentary win and something for us to build off of.
I told you when you sat down, I thought your words, I thought Shotty's words, I thought Solomon Thomas's thoughts about processing grief, not running from it, dealing with it. I think there's a strength in being weak, not weak, but being vulnerable. That's a better word. But you all are tough men that play an incredibly physical sport. What have these days and a couple of weeks been like? Allowing yourselves to sort of surrender to whatever you're feeling and then channeling it into what is required.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations, and you just said about being vulnerable. It's not necessarily about, I'm weak, but it's about being vulnerable. And to show courage, you have to show some kind of weakness, right, or something that you need to overcome. And it was just a time for us to gather together, right? Understand that this game, it's bigger, right? It's about life and these connections that we're making, the brotherhoods, the friendships. We've got to be there for each other, regardless, on the field, off the field. And Marshawn was such a kind, loving, sweet soul that it hurt. It hurt everybody. But we're able to, as you said, face that grief and use that as a strength for us to move forward.
It's tricky, right? We're doing a show about a game, and yet we're trying to appropriately honor this young man's memory and all that he means to you. And then when the lights go out and then the lights come back on, you have to play a game.
Yeah.
For you personally, what do you feel like was on your plate to play to the level that you did, particularly in that first half, to be not just a vocal leader, but the on-the-field leader? What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, for me, coming out here, this is where I have peace. This is where, through my adversities and through my losses, like, this is where I heal.
Can you make it quiet, even no. I mean, no. I don't mean that. I mean, can you quiet the emotions when it's required? Because, like, I would think. Okay, so what is that about?
It's just about counter, and I said you're going to think about Marshawn. You're going to think and have those moments tonight. It's about counteracting it. You control your mind. You can control your thought.
They are just messing up the whole broadcast. They lost the sound. Come on, ESPN. Wow. ESPN. Wow. Well, ESPN kind of screwed the pooch on that. They lost the sound for a minute. They lost the feed, and the cameras are jumping all over the place. Somebody must have tripped over the cable. So hopefully we'll get it back. If not, we got the main part of that about how difficult it was to get back on the field and to honor their teammate. I'm so happy that they got a win. Now, everybody's going to be out here to tell us to tamp down expectations. And true, it's just the Raiders. And if there's a team that needed a win more than anything else, it was the Dallas Cowboys. I'm very proud of them, the way they came out here, the way they honored their teammate, Marshawn Nealon. And I hope it's the jumping off point. You're going to hear people say, well, the Cowboys, the teams that they beat, which we're talking about, the Commanders, the Giants, the Raiders. Who else did we beat? Are teams that aren't going anywhere. They're not good teams. I get that. Now they have an opportunity, knowing that we have the Eagles next week, and then Kansas City on Thanksgiving, and the Lions, and the Chargers, and Minnesota. Now we can go ahead and try and prove something. We'll see. Oh, here we go. They're back.
And we welcome you back. Dak's trying to lead an SVP chant. No one's trying to hear that. It's the MVP. Technical difficulties. Our apologies to you at home and to you as well, as you were just talking about channeling it. And then obviously, you guys are playing from a comfortable place, and that defense is really playing well. And I asked Troy what I want to ask you. The road gets real rugged. These are some excellent teams. Philly's coming in and big-time stages, Thanksgiving games, and all the rest. But you're nodding your head with a smile on your face. I mean, what else could you ask for, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what you play this game. And what the position that we're in, knowing we have to go on a run, let's play all the playoff teams to do that, right? If we want to give ourselves a chance, let's go in, let's heighten this focus. We've got something to play, obviously something much bigger to play for than ourselves. Let's channel that. Let's carry the light from Marshawn, and why not? Why can't we?
I know everybody talks about a game at a time, and I respect that, but I also think you in your case, I think you have to look at the big picture and understand what's required, and what's required is to continue to do this. And I just want to close with I mentioned what Solomon said, and I thought what your coach said was amazing. He said, we don't move on, but we move forward. And I was like, wow, that's heavy and that's real. That process of moving forward while not leaving that memory behind you, how much can that be wind in your sails as you guys set out on this course?
That's huge, that's huge. And as I said, it's a responsibility and a privilege to carry that and to understand that, you know, when you're tired, when you're upset, when you're down, we've got a brother to keep playing for. We got a brother to push it forward. You know, it's not about ourselves. It's about carrying on a legacy, a great legacy, and a great man in Marshawn Nealon. And we can do this. Why not? And like you said, it's not a one game at a time, but it's going to be a one play at a time. Focus each and every chance that we get and take advantage of our opportunity.
I mentioned somewhere along the way about that emblem on your chest. It's an NFL Man of the Year that recognizes who you've been in this game. And I think a night like tonight, hearing how you led your guys that went out and played, I think that speaks to who you are as a guy. And there are a lot of eyes on you that might not have known the story, but as you guys sort of uplift the memory of a teammate and help those that are in need out there, I think it's a really important responsibility what you're built for, man, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Indeed. Dak Prescott, ladies and gentlemen, kind enough to stop by and deal with our technical difficulties. Good health and good luck the rest of the way. Dallas, the victors tonight.